Captains of America got a brand new zombie uniform, turning him back into a villain. Except he's not a blast type like Hydra Cap, but he is back as a villain, and he's one of only 3 characters in the game who have the leadership tag, aka access to White Fox, and are a villain. The other 2 being that one Captain Marvel outfit that nobody likes, and that one Colossus uniform that nobody wears anymore. So this is kind of a big deal. He gets access to a ton of different stages now because he's flexible as leadership, as a human, as a villain, and as a combat type. And he's also way easier to play now. My build is pretty straightforward. It's just a bunch of Uru. There's one Odin's Blessing. We've got Overdrive, but Power Vanger Hulk is fine as well. We've got a rank 5 or a 5-star artifact here with the Wrong Instinct. And then we actually have a 180 crit damage proc Obelisk. Now, his optionals, I believe, are pretty good. We got Strife, Sabretooth, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, and Sentry. Yeah, pretty nice optionals there. But the big story is how much easier he is to play. Just to remind you guys, with the old Back to Basics Cap, he's very proc unfriendly because what they suggest that you do is 3, 5, wait, 4. All that wait is going to mean that you're not going to proc, and that's only 60 hits. You're doing all of that junk just for 60 hits. What is this, Wong's uniform? Now, if you play him more aggressively, as I've showcased in a video with my Back to Basics where you only have to hit the tier 3, it was really fun. You basically just cancel everything into 4. You just cancel absolutely everything into 4, but that means you only get 32 hits on the base combo. But this makes him proc friendly with the old uniform. But obviously 30 hits is a joke, but it didn't matter because his damage was so good with the new Back to Basics tier 3. The damage is so good that you can literally get by. It's very much the same as Hela. With the new uniform, you get the best of both worlds. You literally get the same tier 3 skill heroic charge. It hits just as hard, but now he's proc friendly. So it's literally like a no-brainer. If you have any intention whatsoever of playing as Captain America, you should absolutely pick up this uniform. They want you to do 2, 5, 3, 4. Look at that. Very little delay, and you're getting not 30 hits, not 60 hits, but you're getting 80 hits. But you actually do it a little bit faster. 5, 2, 3, 5, 5, 2, 3, 4. You start with the 5 and you end with the 4, and you get yourself close to 80 hits. So we go up from 60, which was the best case scenario and not proc friendly. We go all the way up to 80, and this is his proc friendly rotation. So you can nail all your procs when you're regular combo, plus you can hit the tier 3 combo, which is then going to give you a bunch more hits. Remember, it was like 60 hits on the tier 3? Well, now because you can cancel into the 5 and stuff, you get almost 100 hits. So just like top to bottom, like I don't even need to put these uniforms side by side in comparison in actual gameplay, because that was the really big issue with Captain America, was he was just annoying to play because it was all in the tier 3. And if you miss the tier 3, well, you're shit out of luck, buddy. You're not going to do enough damage. Now, you still don't want to miss the tier 3. It's still a big chunk of his damage, but you can certainly get by because he does damage in between with his regular rotation. Let's go take a look. All right, here we go. Stage 90 of Null. We're going to start off with kind of an easy boss because I just want to give you guys a little bit of a heat check. We're going to go in with the proc here and nail it. That is just a casual 2.5 bars or 3.5 bars. Then with the next rotation, we're just going to pop the tier 3. And yeah, he's going to rip it. Look at that. Beauty. Beauty down to 48 already. Gorgeous. All right, we shouldn't have ran away. My bad. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of practice for you finger-wise. But on the other hand, it's going to be smashing pots and pans because you're going to be really happy with Captain America's performance. We haven't missed a single proc yet. Absolutely amazing. Okay, we got knocked back. And there we go. Not a single proc missed. And we're looking at around a 45-second clear. Okay, let's call it a 50-second clear. 50-second phase 1, stage of 90 with an obelisk. Yeah, he's level 80, but he's tier 3. And he's so tanky. He heals so much. It's amazing. I haven't missed a single proc yet. We actually haven't proc'd there, but crazy damage. Really nice stuff. What about stage 30 of Gene? A stage that I'm already usually reserving for tier 4s only because of the HP and therefore kind of the difficulty. Yeah, just casually like 3 bars. Okay, not bad. Let's see the tier 3. Absolutely ripped. And remember, he can V-pad with the 6. So you're actually getting even more. Oh man, yeah, they finally cooked with Cap, eh? They finally cooked. We have not missed. Look at that damage. 1-2 more rotations and we're out of here. They absolutely cooked with this one. Little bit slow on the movement, but that's fine. We're not gonna pop the tier 3. That's a 45-second phase 1. With this speed, he can absolutely clear this stage. But I just want to rip off one more tier 3 here, just to show out, because he's so good. Not a single proc missed so far. Look at that, boys. How long would a GBR solo take this new Cap, again, with an obelisk? I do want to test him in other things as well, but I just want to highlight how good he is for all this different content. Look at that opening rotation. I'm pretty sure with this damage, we're going to one-shot the first phase. Let's go. Let's go. Attaboy, Cap. Yo. Bing bong. Rips the first. Rips it. Absolutely rips the first phase. Obviously, it's going to be slower here in the second phase. But knowing that his rotation is quick, you see here I'm running around. You can absolutely utilize him with a mighty or brilliant energy or destruction and benefit from those charged up strike procs or those charged up beatdown procs. I would imagine he would hit like an absolute truck in those situations. So having him be fully proc friendly now is a big plus. Look at this, a minute in and we're already in the last phase. That's nuts. Like, we're already triggering this last phase of the fight. I know it's solo, and it is the correct day for him, right? It's speed day. But again, for a tier 3 level 80, this is not a tier 4, right? Man, he puts in some work there. We were a little bit delayed pressing the tier 3, but we still didn't miss it. Man, this is good. I kind of want a tier 4 him, man. He's so tanky. He's so easy to play now. Super simple. I feel like he would just be almost like a more PvE oriented Hella. I think that's the first proc that I'm... Oh, never mind. I didn't miss it. I thought I missed it. But damn. Yeah, under 2 minutes for a tier 380 is nice. As tanky as he is, that's nice, bro. A minute 45 for a tier 380 with an obelisk? Woo! You know you could probably get that down to like 1 minute at tier 380 if you gave him like a mighty destruction. Come on now. As far as a PvP build goes, we're gonna go big here and slap on a brilliant regen. I know he's only tier 380, but if this works, if this is actually like good performance, then we might consider either re-reviewing him at tier 4 for PvP, or at least re-reviewing him with other fun CTPs. We could try a Conquest, we could try an Authority, etc. He does have close to 200,000 HP, over 100,000 physical attack. It's a pretty straightforward build. Otherwise, keep in mind he has increased damage to villains and decreased damage from villains. So it's kind of an interesting thing here. We're just going to be going with this base team, but I want to see what he can do because his second skill has that ability, right? That ability that gives him iframe ignore and I can't remember. I think it's a counterattack skill as well. We'll see. We'll see. He doesn't have immortality. He doesn't have revive. So he is missing a lot of the key weapons that we associate, but he does have very high stats. So that hopefully is worth something. He stands around a lot. Hey, there you go. He's doing some damage. He's putting in some work. What's that? Sentry was getting hit there. Okay, man, like this is tier 3, right? He's not doing enough damage, but you see how tanky he is? He stood in that shit for like 20 seconds. That's got to be worth at least a bag of chips. You know, it's not the whole combo. It's not the pizza slice and the drink, but that's got to be at least a bag of chips. And that's pretty nice there from Jerry Box. Let's scroll through and find somebody else here a little further down and see what we've got. Maybe a Silver Surfer team. So it's that second skill that's going to do the majority of the work for Cap. I'm guessing offense is probably going to be his issue rather than defense because, again, he's got such juicy base stats. And he's got that regen helping him out, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Okay, he's taking a lot of damage, but again, he heals up with that third skill. He heals up with the third skill, and he cooked himself there. I believe he died to reflect. I believe his third skill has some kind of buff removal, because he seems to be landing effects when he pops that off. He seems to be landing effects that you know, interrupt. Yeah, it's that incapacitation, removing the active buff. He keeps stripping the active buff, which allow, like the debuff removal, which allows him to then apply other debuffs like fear, which then allows him to do more damage. So only 40% penetration is actually pretty low, unfortunately. But you could maybe, I wonder if you could almost play him manually. Let me grab some guys over here. Okay, I wonder if playing him manually would prove more fruitful, because you want to get that third skill off, and then you want to just unload with everything, right? But obviously the AI doesn't know how to do that. And neither do I, apparently. Ooh, you can see that third skill, or the second skill, is almost enough damage. I'm not really getting anything off here. I hate playing manually, to be honest with you. Unless the character's like Wolverine or Gore, and they have that super guard break immunity, playing manually is one of the most infuriating experiences, because you're just staring at the buttons trying to press them, and your character's just like getting their head rocked constantly. Now, to be fair, regen is not the best option for one-on-one PvP because of the fact that it doesn't provide you with super guard break immunity. So if you wanted to avoid that head rock with Cap specifically, and you think you have a combo, I would recommend like a Mighty or a Brilliant Conquest. I don't really know. You could try Greed for like one-shots on the second skill. It could, maybe it would work. Who knows? Yeah, he's just getting fried, eh? He's just getting fried. He needs more damage reduction, which basically would come from the tier 4. And his tier 4 skill, if we recall, does reduce the amount of damage that he takes as long as he survives till he pops his tier 4, which is much more likely when he's tier 4, because he gets that huge stat bump. But remember, his tier 4 reduces the amount of damage so that he ignores damage taken over his max HP plus 20%. So he also gets the damage buff to his attack, but basically I believe he can't take more than, like, I don't know if it's a one-shot thing or if he can't take more than 20% of his HP in one chunk, right? I know it's only 3 seconds, but I think that definitely counts for something. So I'm not too like jazzed. Like, I'm really happy with his PvE performance. I wanted to show you guys what that looks like with an obelisk. We can do a follow-up video if you guys are really hype when we go like full in on PvE. I think he could do some really monster stages for sure. But I also wanted to highlight that he has some hybrid ability, despite the fact that he only has like, he doesn't have any of the big ones like Immortality or Revive, and he only has 40% penetration on the second skill. The only thing I would caution against is highlighting him as a hybrid with specifically a Mighty or a Brilliant Destruction. The reason I mention that is because, unlike Hela, who doesn't have any penetration, because Cap already has 40%, there's nothing on the destruction besides the proc, the crit damage, and the guard break that's really going to help him. The strike proc is not going to help him much, and the penetration won't help him either because it doesn't stack. Right, the penetration on a destruction, I think it goes up to 40 or maybe 45% tops. So that would only represent either 0 benefit or only 5% higher than this. So it doesn't stack, it doesn't combo with the existing penetration that you have, meaning it's much less useful for him compared to someone like Hela, who has 0% penetration. For characters with 0% penetration, it's much more helpful. But yeah, anyways, I'm really happy with this character. I'm so tempted to tier 4 him, but I'm just not sure, because he is, again, once again, he's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. But man is he good, and he's so fun to play now. Anyways, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Zombie Captain America What If. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the contest, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.